I'm curious, your character, Nina, does she realize that she's working with a complete sociopath? Or does she sort of fool herself in denial because she's getting what she needs from him?
I think that Nina is, I mean, that's a really good question, but I mean, she obviously knows she's getting something from him. I think she sort of makes the pact early on with him because she's desperate.
Right.
So she definitely knows what she's doing. She's a woman who is completely desperate, and that's how it manifests itself, on that slippery slope of crossing more and more moral boundaries. And so for me, that was what was cool about doing the part, is that you just saw her just fall apart because of something, a need that she had, losing her health care, losing the place she lives. She's getting older, young people are coming up. I mean, I can relate to that. So I put everything and every piece of desperation that I have had in the past, in the future, and I just put it in. But she knows. Of course she knows. But I think when we do that, if we cross a moral boundary, we know, but it's very easy then to kind of justify it. And I think at a certain point, she's so relieved that she might actually be able to save some money and keep her apartment, or maybe buy her apartment, that it's almost giddy at the end, you know?
Right. Working with Jake, and when you saw the first scene you were doing with him, you saw where he was going with this character, what he was doing, what was your impression? What did you think?
Okay, first of all, Jake is amazing, but I'd read the script. So when I read the script, I had something in my mind. I thought, this is going to be impossible. Where will you get an actor to play this?
Right.
It's so beautifully written. It's just spectacular. And I have to say that when Jake came in, he is so good in this part. As an actress, he made it look seamless, and he made it look easy, and it is one of the hardest roles, if not the hardest role, I've ever seen anybody do. I would have been so thrilled to get a chance to do this kind of part because there's so many colors. He's funny, he's charming, he's repulsive, is he a sociopath? I mean, we are all a little bit, you know, but how crazy is he? I mean, he had to walk this tightrope that was so beautifully done, and it was amazing watching him. It was like watching someone give birth. It's like someone putting a bunch of paints on a canvas and sitting there and watching it, and that never happened for me. It was amazing.
What do you think the film says about the state of local news and television news today?
For me, it's not just about local news or journalists or anything. I really think it's the state of the world in a way. I mean, CEOs raid pension funds. I mean, is Jake any worse than that? I don't know. So I think everyone in the audience has to look and go, okay, what moral boundaries do I cross, and hopefully see themselves. So for me, it's set in the news world, in the Nightcrawler Stringer world, but I hope that it just lays it out without judgment. You know, we all have to look at it and go, okay, where are my moral boundaries? Am I a sociopath? Probably a little bit.
Last thing I'll ask you is I'm a huge fan of Free Jack, film that you did many, many years ago.
Well, you know what? Here's the fruit.
Right. Well, Dan Gilroy, right,
Yes.
wrote that movie, and
Right.
now his directorial debut. What was it
Yes.
like reuniting with him after all these years?
Well, you know, I've been uniting with him quite a while now, but I hear what you're saying. I mean, the fact that we got to do something together it's just kind of weird, to be honest.
But that's the way this business works, right?
I mean, it's a surprise, and it's kind of a miracle that he got this kind of movie off the ground, and it couldn't happen to a nicer, most amazing person. So I'm number one happy for him.
Well, it was great talking to you. Great performance of the film. Congratulations.
Thank you
so much.
much.